remaining 8 keys, but you know, I don't want to keep being too hopeful. I want to see the results play out. The point difference aren't that far apart as of now, but there's a clear discrepancy from top 2 and the rest.
I mean, it is, after all, a very long day, right? I mean, we're only about to hit that halfway point, which is honestly insane. Because yesterday, we saw moments where, you know, toward the halfway point, teams just start to switch it up, go completely crazy. I'm talking about you, Twisted Minds. And now, you look at DRS up against TEC. Both teams aware of where each other might be here, but no one really wants to start off this fight quite yet. Perhaps trying to get a bit of information where anyone might be here, but again, it's too early to just really go in for this all-outs. But speaking of all-out fights here, Nil going huge up against Games King, moves away, and you don't want to make a mistake against this particular player.
Absolutely not. See if Nil can win this out. He does have the mini Uzi. The bit of a fire ray, boy.
Movement.
Almost. Bit too close for comfort. That's 3 for Straw Hats. The only Bangladeshi team that got a Booyah so far on the stage. And that was yesterday. And it's also the Booyah, the golden Booyah that sent them into survival stage, just slightly edging out the 11th spot team, which was our Ali. So far, we're still waiting for some magic for Straw Hats, but there have been some signs of life. The panel talked about Shock being the hard carry, and he's still putting his name on the feed. Extra not wanting to miss out. Gets himself 2-piece.
Yeah, and DRS will be the one taking the shorter off end of the stick here, excuse me. With only 2 members left, need to be able to survive. Now, TAG, you can hear how loud the crowd is below. You know some stuff is happening somewhere in the wings, and I'm excited to see what exactly happened there. But for the rest of the Straw Hats now currently in the lead, hot in this lobby. And as for the rest of the teams as well, we saw Team Secret have a bit of action as Aurora is going to try and take away the space from S8UL. The other 2 members still alive and decided they don't want to have anything to do with Team Aurora. And for good reason. Now, Zeus coming forward here away, going to be able to spot out some of the members of this team. But no movement yet. But now they rush through forward. Was not expecting a crossfire coming in for S8UL. Zeus, bit more than Joe they can chew. Decides to challenge, nor being able to come out up in the end against Azrael. And now Zeus as well will fall. Aurora, they started to have a good start earlier, but now it's just a quiet one once again.
And another early conflict that they were not able to overcome. A lot of times we look at Zeus and the Axel as sword and the shield, but today it seems like the shield isn't holding. So Axel again left to his own devices to bring this back, but it's about to run into Team Secret. Long-time rival. Hong crosses past with him. More than enough time for Axel to get the revive in.
It's not really
blessing in disguise, honestly.
Now coming through forward as well. The lightning zone is online as Team Secret just quickly rush forward there. Joel doing Joel things, finds Nejat quickly and takes him away. Quickly brought back into the game. Aggression not stopping from Team Secret here. 2 elims already and decides to clean up house because LYON now in trouble. 2 teammates as well going to fall as quickly. Once again, Joker, the last person standing. And Team Secret, once they want that space, well, you cannot try and wrestle it away from them.
I mean, one of the, I wouldn't want to use the term underdog, but one of the teams that a lot of people are really looking forward to have a monstrous performance today. We have agreed on this LYON, right?
Right.
So far, it's a no-show. Aside from Game 2, I think that was the best we've seen. I mean, Game 3 was also okay, but I think it's that inconsistency that, you know, sows the seed of doubt. It's extra getting gunned down. Raha trying to huddle around the corner there, but not against Bunny.
You know, but they're in trouble because Vitality is coming online here as well. Troll knocked down already here. But Bunny gonna try and move away. Seabank in his sights, but immediately the Valiant Rush takes down his defenses and they rush through and knock him down. But S8UL gonna try and rally back here. 6 eliminations already. But gonna be forced to move away as DRS also in the area.
They're actually doing a very good job standing up to Team Vitality. And now the Ray comes through, the Bond of Eclipse in favor of Team Vitality. Koja is down though. Sebang might be looking to back off and reposition with the stealth bites. And the boat maker, unfortunately, ending up forcing both S8UL and Vitality away. Bunny trying to cut down the glue wall and into the gun barrel of Alu. DRS intervening and getting themselves at third.
Just really hunkering down, waiting for time. But Joel, you do not want to show your head into his peripheral vision. But now TAG decides that they want more. The Hornets will be hunted down. And Ekoja not able to hold on. Joel will be the one to run away with his life. Shoto, he's been doing phenomenal. Call it a family buff if you want. Top performer for his team here.
Into stealth mode.
That's the superstar that India has been waiting for on that world stage. 3 days in a row, Shoto has been the consistent factor, the constant variable that allows Total Apex Gaming to show up in the darkest of times. They might not see them at the best a couple months ago, but right now there's no doubt that TAG is the trendsetter. 72 points at the start of this game, but with those eliminations, it's definitely only going to go up. And Vitality being crippled and forced to hard reset as well. Team Apex Gaming, they're gonna have a very good shot of extending the lead. But they are on the southeastern side of the map. I believe they use the binoculars and scan out one of the Aurora members, which is Axo. And now I want to see if TAG are going to move up north first, because that's where they might run into Vitality again. But instead, Apex, they run into Aurora.
Yeah, and Zeus now in trouble. The rest of the team completely collapsing. June barely alive right now. Being one with the tree, surviving for quite some time here, but you know Tag, once they put in that damage and that space, they do not let go. Movement is seen. Shoto as well as teammate rushing forward here from 2 different angles, forced out in the open. Defenses falling, gets that final shot. Jun, well, that's no more than you can do here. 13 eliminations already. Tag also trying to show us that they too are the Reapers on this map.
This is a team that's feeling themselves. They're having a lot of fun, they're having a good time, and they're having a great game. The Axel once more sent on the run, this time with no vending machines in sight. Stroex picked off. Tikui actually getting tagged from 10 miles away. The glue wall's gone down, Riptide Rhythm. Too dangerous for Team Secret to linger around for too long, and PLS1 will try to look for a bailout angle here. As LYON now pushes forward into Team Secret, I think they might be forced to fight back.
Yeah, Hensha's already back into the game as well. And speaking of that, LYON, final member running away with his life, somehow surviving here. PLS1 trying to make a good situation out of a bad one. Pratik will be the one to fall. 9 eliminations already. They've been hanging around this area for quite some time, catching so many rotators here on top of being able to wipe out almost a whole team. Alu forced to give away that space, hoping that he doesn't get hunted down by this team. Takes a bit of chip damage as Troax also close by. If timing is good, could be able to snag another point onto the last member of LYON.
An Exo's expedition. Again, the adventures paid off again, bringing its whole team back. A third chance in this game. LYON, unfortunately, after the early encounter with Team Secret, came out on the battered end. There's the vending machine nearby, but there are DRS members. And unfortunately, the Skylar, not really the best character for you to sneak into these areas. Takuri also bringing his teammates back. DRS might be sticking around here for just a little while as Studio.
A lot of teams barely inside the zone as well. Really just taking their time, and for good reason there. Just to see a bit of a struggle coming in with Vitality, but TAG from the southern side, a lot of space to work with. Good timing.
And TAG are on the ball with the rotation today, man. Vitality is still down 1 and having to face up against Falcons. So far, the head-to-head is 2-2. Well, 2-1. I think in favor of Vitality. Let's see if Falcons can tie it up now with the man advantage, but also have to be careful that S8UL could find a couple of pickoffs. In fact, Joel, who is far away from his frontline digs, found the Aurora members, and Axel, he's hitting back. Sebang The double sniper of Team Vitality paying off big time.
Yeah, and it's really good because they're just so aware. If you don't get the instant elimination, that it's over for you because your position's been noted. On fire, barely alive, but brought back into the game. And Vitality tries to make things work. Dix was the one who was cornered. But the Valiant Rush gives away his position and game. Out there in the open, you can't do much against a double player hold.
I believe Joe went down to the blue zone, so unfortunately Sebang is going to be forced to get that revive. And there's a vending machine nearby where he is, so not a problem there. He also has the Steffi ability card. It can help them to do utilities if they make it later stage. So Falcons free themselves up in this compound. The circle closes in just slightly northwest side of TV Tower, but again, a lot of open areas.
Look at TAG right now already with 13 eliminations, truly marking themselves as the Reaper. And this is interesting because the slowdown is happening. We saw the first few games coming in today, the first few maps, very, I would say, aggressive from almost beginning to end. But this time around, everyone's just being so cautious about this final few circles here. But Team Secret wants to break the noise. Wota immediately knocked down quickly. And now they are hunting for more. Positions noted. Shanky tries to just bide his time. Moves away. Cannot use any utility either. So Tikoy should be able to just pick him off. And they want more. The rest of TG want nothing to do with this. Rushes forward into the arms of GD. Not going to be a better option either in this situation.
Yeah, Aztec delivered himself into GunDynasty, and Vanel will gladly take that, but still Mafia able to bring him back. We did say one of the key figures of TG is Mafia, and he is still around. Koja getting chased now as Team Secret. They look for round 3 to right the wrongs of what has happened in the past few games. But unfortunately, still do not have the position. Diggs quick on the movement. And once more Vitality outsmart Team Secret. The players will just take Joel down, and Team Secret able to find some signs of life on the outskirts to keep themselves in this fight.
Ensha just running with his life there. Koja with the backstab trying through, but none of the shots are actually hitting. So Team Secret able to get away with this, able to deck that space into the safe zone. And as all of this is happening, Aurora also knocked out. But Koja as well will be picked off here. Not the best situation for Vitality to be in right after that reset.
Yep. Vitality has been playing the survival game the entire round. Kutush tags Joel as things escalate from bad to worse. And they're still hungry for more.
Yeah, healthy as well. The only thing stopping them right now is just positioning, but could change. Especially since GD might be in prime position to take some fights from different teams. Regardless, DRS also close by, but no one going for full commits. But TAG decides to take the fight to GD's front door. GunDynasty now in trouble, stuck inside a small corner, cannot move at all. Forced to reposition as S8UL decides to chomp them down for a different angle. But they do manage to reposition because DRS pressuring S8UL from the other side.
This is gonna get messy in just a little bit. Shoto finally gunned down by Bunny as he spams away. KD got tagged as well. The captain and the star player down. Wolverine trying to bring them back up. KD got up and down again. S8UL relentless on their gunfire. And this could be the undoing for TAG because S8UL do not want them to get too far ahead and is starting to break down the foundations of Apex Gaming.
So much pressure and the circle shift is coming. C-Bank, the only thing he's got is just that tree, but managing to see Kutush not able to get that elim. Must be frustrating, but able to reposition. And throughout all that, Prati and David from GunDynasty also fall. It's hectic on the other side of the map here, but I have to say for C-Bank, this is a huge window of opportunity with this later rotation. He hasn't been spotted out at all.
Unfortunately for TAG, they are sort of constantly stuck with S8UL and DRS GunDynasty out in 6th spot. TAG down to just 3 members, as I believe they did lose one of the members here. DRS and S8UL are moving, and Alu, plenty of pressure onto both of the other teams there. Sebang actually tagging Shoto to a pixel angle. Things are getting rough now. TAG and S8UL springs to life. It is their chance to make good on the opportunity presented.
Wolvin barely alive right now. HP gonna be able to, no, not able to. And that point goes straight to S8UL. Excited to be able to take down one of the giants in the lobby. Our top 4 already here with S8UL. Numbers advantage in their hands. The space as well, the high ground in their favor. Alu does try to come close here, but Kutush not aware that C-Bank is close by. One knock is here. Rahat barely alive, and they try to rally back.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing here, Tash?
What?
This could be a potential South Asian lobby, and I'm all for it. We've lost DRS Gaming, but there's still the Indians and the Bangladeshis here, TEC and S8UL. But Sebang is really good in hiding, trying to heal up, but the blue zone's gonna push him out of position. S8UL on the rush, Jack on the Rahat. S8UL, they have a good chance. India looking to be on top. Sebang with the first knock on the Jack, but S8UL, they have the numbers, they have done it. It's their turn now on that list. S8UL scores a booyah here in Paris.
South Asia rally back, rise up, looking so good through these past few maps. And S8UL wanting to join in on that and show us that they too belong here. Crazy work coming from them to be able to survive as a squad and remain healthy. On top of that as well, a huge chunk of elimination points just really boost them forward.
They now have a chance to be actual contenders, big threats to the top 4. But one thing has remained a constant so far. TAG, I think they had 17 eliminations before they got wiped out. Team Vitality, another podium performance here. So these constants is going to be the key ingredients for them to make it to the grand finals. And I gotta say, I am nothing short of impressed. I am now a big fan. I mean, I was a fan. I'm already a big fan.
Right.
I'm an even bigger fan.
I mean,
अंधा हुआ ओए वो
हेड मार दिया उनका
देख के वॉल नहीं है
कोई ना आ गया
मादर जो
man, you can see them just really cool, calm, and collected throughout all of that. And it's a huge win for this team. If anything, right now, I agree with you. These constants, we're starting to see which teams are able to make it all the way till the end. We're starting to see which teams...
4 booyah so far in the survival stage. 3 of them have gone to India.
Yeah.
We have a lot of Free Fire fans on site and watching from the comforts of their home. You can quote me. India on top right now. They're doing better than Thailand. They're doing better than Vietnam. They're doing better than everyone else so far today.
You know, we had a conversation with AJ and he just said that, you know, wanted to see South Asia, India, and all of these teams just really just put up a fight. I mean, after all, it has been a while since they have come to the big stage, right? But now, you know, they have not only exceeded expectations, you could really tell they came here to win it.
They 100% did. But we talk about the star of the show, the star of Team Apex Gaming, which is Shoto. And guess what? We've got him. So let's hear what he has to say.
Yes, we do have him live right here on the main stage from Team Apex Gaming. We have got Shoto joining me. Shoto, we've got to talk a little bit about day 1 and your progress as a team into day 2 and now day 3. Day 1 was, let's face it, it was pretty difficult for you guys. Day 2, you picked up the pace, a few booyahs, and now today, you guys are playing incredibly well. What's changed from day 1 through to now?
On day 1, we planned some things, but that didn't go as planned. So on day 2, we studied the other teams and we played.
Just made adjustments throughout each day. Have you changed anything from yesterday to today?
Yes, we changed drop points.
Change in drop points. Okay, now I do want to ask you as well. I had the opportunity yesterday to talk to your family in the stands. We had a really nice chat. To tell you the truth, I think it's the same in a lot of esports, right? Your dad didn't quite understand esports, so didn't really understand whether or not to support you through it. Now he's here, and he told me he's your biggest fan. What's it like having your family here supporting you while you're here on the main stage doing what you love?
Like, I'm really feeling proud that my family is supporting my passion.
And that's it. A man, a few words, but don't worry about it, Shoto. You guys can do all the talking on the battlefield. Now, congratulations on everything so far. Spud me, my man. Stay right here. But for now, we're gonna head back to the studio very shortly. We've got more Free Fire action after this.
Welcome back to Free Fire at EWC 26. I'm here with Glitter Explosion, the person that's currently in first place. With the golf competition that we're having. And since you're in first place, I need to find a way to redeem myself.
I don't know if it's possible, but I'm gonna let you try.
If I can win, somebody's gonna win for me. We got Husky, Lucifer shooting basketballs. How about this?
Yeah.
You pick somebody for your team. I'll pick somebody for my team. Whoever actually scores a bucket gets a point.
I just heard one go in. I don't know who shot it, but I heard one go in.
Okay. Well, you're winning right now, so I'll let you pick first. Who are you gonna pick?
I'm picking Husky.
Husky?
Yeah.
Okay. Lucifer, you're on my team, baby.
Husky, you're on my team.
You guys get a chance to decide who's going to be going first as you're in the lead.
All right, fine. Husky, what do you want to do?
Let's go first.
Oh,
That's what we like to hear.
Okay, all right. Let's see if you actually make it, Husky. How about this? Come on, please. Miss it. Miss it.
Get out of there, Seven. Leave him alone.
I'm going to do this.
That looks good. Oh.
Yes.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
You got this. You were meant to do this.
No, you can't do this.
No, he can do this. Oh, the dribbles were a bit off. Okay, you know
Both
what?
hit the rim.
We'll,
Both hit the rim. That sounds like a tie.
You're still in the lead.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I hate it. Well, newsflash, Glitter, you're actually not on the lead anymore for golf. It's that man right there. He's on my team, and he's also beating me in that one. But right now, honestly, the storyline for Free Fire at EWC 26 Survival is India. We have gotten a booyah from every single Indian team.
Feels unreal. When me and Husky were on the desk yesterday casting these games, and when Tag got the very first booyah, he mentioned this is history being made. While that went into my mind and all the viewers who were watching back in India, I realized one thing. This is not just history being made by Tag, but it is them paving way for the future. And you could see what just happened. Total Gaming getting the very first booyah. Now S8UL following that suit. And that is not just India, but even South Asia getting close in that lobby.
And it's the confidence that the squads are playing with. We saw Tag willing to take the early fight with vitality. Out of all the squads, usually we would see them maybe being shy from it. They were like, nah, we want the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, and they're just waiting for the opportunity really to eliminate Vitality. That is the greatest threat in this lobby right now. And it seems like it is working. Though they are not familiar with drop spot as well as rotation of Southeast Asia, because we were talking about that, right? Southeast Asia is familiar of Southeast Asia. South Asia is familiar of South Asia. And they are going against each other. But I'm really loving that final situation where despite of all the pressure, there's still some fight in them.
Yeah, because I did not expect that we, Fatality, can outlive Tag actually, because we only had one person down in that game. We only had Chibang, and he showed a great you know way of playing, where he himself was on stealth mode. He tried to take one person at a time to face, and I mean, let's take a look at the highlight one more time. That is just amazing what he did. 5 elimination points. That is so great.
I know you want to talk about this one. Neptune, the M249.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've seen this used very often, especially in recent time.
Yeah.
M249, who's worried about Riptide Ridden? If you have the M249 to break down all those blue walls, it cleared the way for S8UL. Buddy was just in there rocking it and just sitting in one corner. No one can get away from him.
Hey, I don't have my lasso here, but with the M249, he was rounding up every squads down there. That's what he ended up doing. Bunny, brilliant job coming in from his end. And towards the end, while you mentioned about Sibing, the end fight that we ended up witnessing was almost South Asia versus Sibang. That's all it was.
Yep, Sibang was carrying his team and carrying Southeast Asia. And I mean, take a look at this points. 58 elimination points from Team Fatality right now. We have the same amount of Booyah 1. So basically, this is Conchita versus Lucifer.
Well, right now, it's also that top 4 squads wanting to make sure they go to the finals. And the crazy thing is that we have S8UL Esports tied with Team Secret.
Yes, Team Secret is something that I really been keeping an eye for, because I feel like they need to wake up. I mean, they had 21 points before and now they have 35. They do need to take a lot more focus on the next game, because the first game and the second game, it wasn't too great for them. I mean, they only got like single point eliminations, 8 or 9. So they do need to like take it up a notch.
Well, let's see though. I mean, they really can bring it up a notch right now, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. A lot of teams are really trying their best to put them down.
Yeah, I think especially when already Team Secret is being spoken about, Total Gaming need to pick that pace. They need the points. Earlier, before this, the storyline was between Team Secret and Total Gaming, where Total Gaming were looking better. They were up on the rank, but now they've been pushed out. That is, yes, South Asia is rising up the ranks. They're picking up the competition, the fights as well. We ended up seeing Straw Hats trying to do their own. We also spoke about Shocked earlier. So a lot of things happening at that point, while Southeast Asia, as you already mentioned, right, they knowing better about themselves are causing trouble for their own region, and South Asia is taking advantage of this.
With the performance that we've seen out of the top 2 squads, you can now start seeing a bit of a sponge point there towards the top. Don't forget, top 4 move on to the finals, but those top 2 teams just absorbing so many points from all the other squads, and the squads that are currently on that second page. After this next match, we're going to be hit the halfway point. You don't get to go back to the hotel. You don't get to go back and VOD review and take your sweet time. No, you need to start performing, and if not, we're going to have to start counting some of these teams out.
True, because when we're talking about the Southeast Asian teams, we know how dominating they was, especially on a group stage day 1. They were literally all over the place. So right now, we need them to refocus, I think, and show the world what they're really made of. And the next map is Solara, so I'm so excited for my friends in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, Purgatory, the game 5. What are we looking on that one?
Oh, well, Solara, Purgatory, there's a lot of things that need to be done right now, especially in this map of game number 5. Like, Purgatory, this is where a lot of chaos will be happening. Even in first game, we saw this skewed flight path, and we saw how a lot of teams fail there. This map, like, I would say 40% a skewed flight path might happen. It's not only that, even the final circle might end up in the water. We've seen that in some days within this week.
Yeah, there could be a lot in terms of the flight path, especially as you can see the players themselves, right? They're taking a look at what happened in the previous games, especially rotations as well. Which team is going to be where? Because we already saw on states when Shoto mentioned that we've changed our drop spots. That's something that teams are going to be checking on. Do we have a newer challenger? First representation, they wanted to make sure they make a statement. And oh boy, 3 teams all out loud there.
But honestly, I mean, we're talking about India. I do read some articles that India is actually very big, and I'm so glad that they finally made it to international level. So, because international level, sorry, what was that? Again, I'm just so excited talking about you guys because after the 2 or 3 years break, it was so nice to finally see the new talents and the strength that India have. I mean, just take a look at the comment sections. Most of our viewers are Bangladeshi, Indians. They're everywhere.
They're definitely going to be everywhere. And you were mentioning the hashtag tag on top. Don't forget the hashtag EWC and hashtag EWC26 as well, because I know tag's owner, none other than Jonathan, he's going to be looking like, oh yeah, we might be going, oh, you know what? We're definitely going to be going to the finals. What are you expecting? Because Lucifer, I know after next match, you're going to go back to casting. You can see some of the comments there. Vitality, I mean, they've definitely been performing well. So far today, 8 placement points average every single match. And then eliminations, 14.5. That is just ridiculous. Now, when we go back to the Indian squads, because I was saying you are going to go back to casting after this next match, what are you expecting for them to finish like? Obviously, you want them to finish strong.
I think while we were already mentioning and you spoke about 1 is there, what about 2? And now the third one's entered into the question.
This man's greedy.
Maybe we want to take it all. That's what we want to do at the global stage here. And I think it has been coming. It's a pressure that was there on everybody's shoulder, and they had to step it up, and it had to be the IGLs itself, these long-range sniper players. And that's what I was mentioning. KD God, look at him. 10,000 plus damage is what he's delivered. You mentioned about that. That is crucial. When your IGL is able to take off so much burden, the players are able to play freely. That gives them those chances. And that's the reason Shoto went all out in this game, if you saw.
Absolute cinema. I know somebody else put that, but it's pretty much exactly what's currently happening with this squad. On the opposite side, we had Nepal, and they were able to perform pretty good in that last match, but we did see something out of Nepal, Neptune, and that was that they might have been playing it too passive, considering that when we're talking about tag, they have 62 points just from eliminations. That's more points alone than what Falcons currently has, and I feel like, if correct me if I'm wrong too, the lobby feels way more aggressive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, last day of some of the teams right here, so that makes it more difficult for them. For Nepal, I know they're excited to be in here. Day number 1, they were showing up, but now this can potentially be the last day, so they are just bringing it all out. Hopefully they're not that pressured.
Yeah, no camping, no playing it slow. Take notes after what some of the other teams are doing. Make sure you get those eliminations. Tash, Bunny, Husky, this is your last match for today, and I know you guys are excited for it.
Super excited, and in fact we are now officially at the halfway point of the survival stage here in Paris, France. Again, it's South Asia Day. More specifically, the Indian teams, like the panel pointed out, all 3 of them have gotten a booyah under their belt. Total Gaming IQ with 1, S8UL Esports with 1, and Team Apex Gaming with 3 in total so far on the world stage. Better than all the other regions we've seen so far. And I gotta say, we are starting to see the hierarchy, right? The hierarchy in the food chain. The top 2 teams, TAG and Vitality. And then the big separation before we got to Team Falcons. So if this continues, it's gonna be slightly more challenging for teams like Team Secret, DRS, and everyone else to catch up.
You know, this is where things get super interesting as well. Because you know that the South Asian teams want to continue the streak, but at the same time, after seeing the comments, right, everyone's super excited for the usual teams like Brazil, like say Thailand and everything else between. When you are in this situation, you want to be able to break this streak. And from what I've seen so far, South Asia not only is streaking, but they're also on a very hot streak. TG and LYON gonna drop off at the same time here. Dela takes a bit of chip damage. Gonna drop off at the very top of this watchtower. But for now, being able to reposition where Shanky will be able to get knocked down here. Still very methodical as TG made a big mistake of peeking out 1 by 1. And this gives LYON a huge advantage to just completely almost wipe out this team.
I'm almost certain that it was on purpose by TG. Took a gamble and lost it. But I believe TAG also doing the same, dropping onto Aurora. the South Asian teams emboldened by the performances in the previous round, now converting it more. TG though, because of their earlier expedition, will be the first team to get wiped out.
Very unfortunate situation. LYON already so good on fire. Gonna have to take up their next matchup here. Team Secret managing to be able to just equalize here, bringing back teammate into the game. Even PLS1 somehow getting one more member to the name. LYON, though, will be rallying back. Joker has been so good on these long-range fights. PLS1 forced to move away and straight into Joker's crosshair. And Joker not only getting a knock, but also another elimination point in the bag. And this is a great start for this team. A bit quiet early today, but this start should propel them in terms of momentum forward.
Incredible stuff so far. I mean, it started with them basically almost getting a full wipeout on TG, and they sort of converted it into a team that picked the pieces. Aurora actually eliminated Della. So the backstab train continues. We say backstab train. The team tailing behind Aurora Gaming is actually TAG that ran into them early on. So it might just keep on paying forward right now.
Interestingly enough, this area is just so hot right now. It feels like everyone that just meets up with LYON is just falling like flies. Great shot onto Zeus as well, not aware where Joker has been holding on. And I have to say, this hold and positioning coming in from LYON allows them not only crossfires, but also be able to go for these trades in case need to be. But Jun is rallying back. He wants to start something here, wants to be able to flush away Joker from this corner. Forced to move away, takes a bit of damage, but also being able to bring Zeus back into the game, but pays for it with his life.
Yeah, Jun actually beat Joker in that. So a positive outcome. The chrono time turner slightly late. That's gonna potentially cost Azrael. Axel though trying to back up his teammate. Lands a shot. Always reliable as a pillar of Aurora Gaming. Now the rescue mission begins. He's Games King. That's the tag. Give it second in a row. The Axel going big right now. And Jun back into the equation. Aurora Gaming stand tall.
This is looking real good as well. Aurora finally being able to be a little bit methodical with how they play here. Nice crossfires, three-way hold. Almost like a pizza cutter shape if you think about it. Being able to just play off one another here. Now LYON just now was the team to start off hot. And now they are the ones trying to just run away for dear life. As for DRS now in trouble, the Velen Dash used! And TEC being able to just really reap the benefits here. But they're not done. They know where Takuri and Pratik are. Force them away with the utility and those nades. But taking this very, very slow. 3 elims already in the bag. Also aware that Vitality also joining in the fight. Koja will be here first, stealing away some members of DRS somewhere through there, reaping the benefits and the hard work TEC. And Koja putting in the pressure. Rahat solo forward. His teammate not able to cross off one another. Dix here with the Velen Dash, breaking down all the walls and cleans up the rest of the team.
DRS out from the game as well. The double sniper setup from Team Vitality paying off. Completely uncontested in the situation. And it's also pretty unfortunate that TEC didn't have an answer to that. Della gets to the vending machine. The revive train will start. S8UL doing the same as well. As they did run in the Team Secret. Bunny into GD, gets a trade. No confirmation there. At least not for S8UL. TEC removed.
A lot of stuff happening right now. Shiro also getting knocked. But for now, for the rest of these teams here, Aurora wanted to go in for this fight a bit more here. David on the outer side might be found out here by Zeus, but his team and him, nice tag team going on there as well. Coming in together as a unit, double swings, triple swings, throwing in those bodies, not allowing or giving any moment to chance. GD, one member left, walks straight into the crosshairs of Team Aurora there. So not able to survive or get away with it, even giving some extra points. At the very least, Shiro is still alive. just go for a reset, bring back the teammates into the game.
I believe LYON might pay a second visit to Aurora, as they did show up. Joker trying to run away. I believe he almost got ran down by both Jun and Zuez in that vehicle. Kororo from far, that's off screen. Rhythm actually, I believe, went wide just a little bit. Joker out in the open, and Jun finds a shot here. The rest of his teammates from the side of LYON, they don't really have the clearest of angles as Axel pins down Della. Separation done very, very well. Aurora Gaming isolating the individual players. Riptide out, Games King flushed out into the open. Tagged again, they call. We might see that record again. Vitality now firing on the Straw Hats.
Yeah. And aggressive as heck as well. The Straw Hats forced to move away into a tiny corner of that zone. But Vitality wants to go in for that chase. Koja always out there with the opening, and the Straw Hats were just not ready for them in that cross down. No reaction means space given to Vitality to be able to just rush forward here. Dick stretches through Valor, gets perfectly done for a double. And the collapse is so good on the Straw Hats. Possibly not anticipating how aggressively Team Vitality will be able to just overcome them.
And this was something that I believe Neptune and Lucifer discussed earlier on. The Bond of Eclipse in the hands of Koja as they changed their playstyle from not having just double snipers, but having a very aggressive front. So the Bond of Eclipse plus the Radiant Dash, you break down the glue walls and you use the Ray ability on your enemies. It instantly erases them from the fight. And they are making really good on that. And I remember talking to Ma'ao, and Ma'ao said this is probably a Clash Squad exclusive, but Team Vitality are trying to bring that potential into Battle Royale. So far, the results have been positive.
Bit nervous with this rotation coming in from Team Vitality. It does cross by S8UL. Could potentially run into Team Secret and GD as well. So, since all of them are on this one vehicle, I'm just worried it's gonna be not so great for them, but I don't think they're gonna be caught out quite yet. Regardless, as we go straight to the circle here, there's just so many teams there where Vitality is, and I think they're a bit aware that someone might be close by.
Just checking back on the radar, TAG making a very, very late rotation this time. Coming in from the south side. They've been doing this for the past few rounds, but this time the pace is slightly slower than what we're used to. Vitality against Secret. Another rematch now on the mountain, on the hill. Vitality opting to go for the low ground. And that means that Team Secret will get a bit of an advantage as the Blues one closes in again. But even for Team Secret, they don't really want to push the advantage. Relying on the UAV to scout out for intel, as both them and Vitality part ways in opposite directions.
One really wants to commit on this fight, and TAG, this rotation is just looking really rough on them as well. You start to see S8UL putting in a bit more pressure as they try to rotate into the area. They do make it in there though, and this is where things get interesting because Noor currently doesn't really have the support from his teammates. Troll out there in the open, so they are in a position to trade off one another. And on top of that as well, you can see Vitality definitely hearing the sounds, rotate over toward them as well.
Look at this split from TAG. They definitely know that there's a third team around because Troll was stolen away. KD gone. Bit of a boost, just enough to get into the safety of his teammates. The warm embrace of the glue wall. Riptide Rhythm out from Joel. It's gonna catch S8UL on the cross. Another one out. And now TAG out in the open. The Chrono Dome keep them alive and healthy. TAG forced to backtrack and retrace their step. The captain now down, Sibank. Gets the confirmation here. S8UL found by Joel. Get a double snipers from angles that are obscured. TAG into the dens, into the hornet's nest. Diggs does get taken out. But can the star of TAG make a magic happen? Shoto down low, Koja full health, explosives in hand, up close range. Joel again with the pickoff. TAG out.
Yeah, and it's loud down there, especially since TAG has been an unstoppable force for the last few maps. And Vitality very happy with this outcome, really doubling down the situation. But now they're in trouble. Don't have space in the zone and pressured by the Falcons as well, who've definitely been waiting for the right timing to stop the rampage coming in from the Hornets.
Falcons have been quiet so far. Only 3 eliminations on the board, but a change of playstyle, I think, after the past 2 rounds where the aggression ended up being detrimental to them. They are now trying to play for the late game. They're gonna run into LYON first. Not the first encounter, but LYON has bested them early on, I believe, on game 2. Pina, good angle. Limit wants to join him as well. Blue zone is gonna hurt both them and LYON, but LYON is looking to get into the circle as quick as possible.
Ooh. Games King barely alive at the end of that, on fire, making sure to put in that pressure. Joker as well, taking a lot of damage.
Nice.
But nice shot coming through here, knocking down one of the members from the Falcons. So the Falcons, not only did they try to pressure, but out of all of that, losing 2 members in that process. Being able to get into the zone is going to be painful, but they still shoot back here with one of the members of LYON dropping into their pockets. But Joker will pay for his life. Pina knocked down as well. Both teams just hitting each other and paying the price.
Unfortunately, in this case, Limit left to his own devices again. Limit, good on 1. Need to do it this time. Do it again on the biggest of stage. Recovery done by LYON. A 2v1 situation. Limit doesn't really have much left in the bank as well. 8 glue walls, 10 med kits, but so much open area to cover.
Ooh.
So there's no chance there. Della finds the 11th point for the team.
We only started to see Falcons come online just a few moments ago, and as soon as they showed their hands, suddenly they're in trouble. And somehow through that, the Falcons were trying to shut down the Hornets, but it's the Hornets that still survived till the end. Regardless, times the ticking shifts of the zone is coming. And Vitality really taking their time, knowing that Team Secret is close by. LYON somehow still surviving as well through that chaos. Still alive as a 2. There are so many times that Games King nearly getting knocked down, being able to stabilize.
Yeah, and we've talked about certain constants so far in the survival stage, and Vitality has been that constant. And running into Team Secret, this time into a firing range. Secret, more than prepared.
Right as we mentioned it, they knew the risk of crossing over and they didn't really have too much of a choice. It felt like a desperation play in terms of that rotation. Now Team Secret very happy with this outcome. Gonna try to take this fight up against GunDynasty. Gonna be opening it up here with the utility, some chip damage to come through, but GunDynasty making sure to hunker down. But as fast as the glue walls were set up, it is broken with the Valiant dash forward, but will go down. Since Team Secret, ready to receive, rushes forward and crunches them 1 by 1. Completely overwhelming the rest of GunDynasty.
Yep. Up against the Prodigy in the name of Tikwe as well. They did get rid of Hwangam, but that's pretty much it. GD now stuck in a rock and a hard place. Intervention coming in. Aurora, they want to join a fight. A party's not a party without a Malaysian team. 12 eliminations on the board. Something that was highlighted early on. When they get the second win, they might be able to do it. Tikwe steps on the landmine. Nan goes down. Tikwe to follow. Aurora reaping the rewards and making 16 and counting.
They're just so aggressive and great timing as well. Different aggression seen throughout the entire day. LYON surviving as a 2 just now, barely alive. Della will be the last one standing, knocked down.
They can do this. There's a very good chance.
Waiting in the corner.
I think Aurora has done it, right? The first booyah for Malaysia on the world stage. There it is, Aurora Gaming. 4 years in the making. And here we are, Aurora Gaming locks in first booyah in 4 years for Malaysia.
Incredibly tough, must be great.
Constant is still vitality. But I think the bigger threat now are those who are hungry for that trophy. And we are seeing that on the main stage.
And you know what's crazy? We're only at the halfway mark of the day. There's still time for these teams to just really come together. We've seen so many last minute aggression come online, last minute changes that really changes the trajectory of this team. Aurora in this particular map really took it round by round, really take it fight by fight, and somehow being able to come up on top. Let's see what they have to say throughout that game.
Let's go. Maju. Mampus.
Nice. Ayo. Mentality kita. Let's go, bro.
Take your time, wise words. One step at a time. You got 5 more rounds to go, Aurora. You can do it. There is hope. And I think, you know, when we saw Aurora get off on a good foot this round, I did say, when the stars align, Aurora can do it. They've set the record yesterday. Why not today? It's not a record-breaking round, but it's certainly enough to put them back in the conversation to contend for the top 4. First and second, still hard to break through for now, but we have 5 more rounds to do that, right? Who's to say by the end of this, Aurora is not going to be in first place or any other of these contenders. The match standings tells us that Aurora has gotten 30 big points, the big 3, and that is an incredibly advantageous boost.
Yeah, should be able to boost them forward just a little bit more forward. But Vitality and Team Apex Gaming is still going to be very, very hard to beat. The discrepancy of points between the second place and the third place is a lot after all. But once again, if you're able to go in huge in one of these maps, you are able to really play that catch-up. And in Free Fire, anything is possible. There are games where you just go out a little bit too early, maybe 0 points, and the next you're just suddenly getting over 30.
And I just gotta say, that match standings is the projected match standings for a lot of our fans before today happened, right? With the SCA teams in the front and everyone else on the second page. But hey, crazier things have happened. This is the halfway point. We got more games to come, and we'll be back in just a bit.
Save time creating content and generate a high-quality clone of your voice with 11 Labs. Change the way you record podcasts, voiceovers, and branded content with the #1 AI-powered voice generating technology. Stop searching for the perfect voice and stop wasting time re-recording take after take. Try 11 Labs for free and start elevating your content today.
Right, give it up once again for Aurora! First booyah for Malaysia, 4 years in the making. Now that is amazing, and that is exactly what EWC is all about. The surprises, the suspense. I am so happy for them, Yunsul.
Yes, totally happy for Aurora Gaming. Since this is the first booyah, finally we can see a comeback from Malaysia teams, and I am so happy for that. But I must talk about TAG. Souls or overall Indian teams, they are on fires today. We can all see that. And if I remember, maybe currently they're at the first ranking, right?
Yeah, this is the surge of India because this is the surprise that we needed when it comes to the survival stage. But let's go back to Aurora for a little bit, okay? That fight, that last circle was so amazing. I mean, going against LYON and of course, going against the team that is more favorable is always a hard thing. But they had the high ground, the first booyah once again for Malaysia. The positioning and the way they're reading the game is just so top-notch this time.
Exactly, they move very stable. All of their gameplay, game skill, even the teamwork is very perfect during the game. And we can all see that the effort that they all put out. And overall, of course, we have to say, Aurora Gaming, after 3 days, this is the third day, right?
Yeah.
They have been doing the best and finally they got something sweet for themselves.
Yeah, but we're talking about your team for a little, can we?
Sure.
What exactly is going on with Team Secret? Your team keeps clashing with mine, Fatality. I mean, yeah, we have been seeing Fatality consistently making it to at least top 5, but can you just please stop bumping into our team?
Hello. We only got 4 slots, and my team is suffering, trying to get that slot as well. But I do understand your, frustration, of course, because we're all trying to getting a slot.
Yeah.
But at this moment, I still can see Team Secret is still playing their best, still very stable, not trying to mess everything up, especially Tegui. As you guys can see, a very, very crazy kid.
Yeah,
trying to have fun in this tournament, and of course, but at the end, overall, I still can see that them still having some errors, still having some issues, but I think after this game, they're still fine to top 4.
Yeah.
So overall, nothing happened. But why do we always meet Team Vitality and Team Secrets? Always meet in the circle.
That is my question too. But hey, you saw the map reveal. It's Nextera. Nextera is our next map, and I think this would be a great place for the Southeast Asian teams to once again show them what they're made of. Now, I think it's time for us to go back to the casters.
Yes, and let's go back to the caster.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is AJ. I'm the Mustachio, down here with the one and only Lucifer. We're going to be bringing you guys through the final 5 games of the day. The next map's going to be Nextera. This is where your frontliners are going to shine. This is where those shotguns, those M590s, those Mag 7s are going to come alive, Lucifer.
Next it up, we saw Team Apex Gaming already get a booyah today. And now we're going back to it, the randomized map. And Nextera should be a place again. South Asian teams find their victory. Because on the other end, Southeast Asian teams are fighting amongst themselves, trying to take away the points. The South Asians are trying to rank.
Yeah, it is everyone for themselves at this point of time. Yes, we can rally together as a nation, but out there on the battlefield, I see you, I only see points. And you are absolutely right. Team Apex Gaming scoring a massive booyah, 34-pointer on Nextera. And after that game, they haven't really been looking like that major run just yet. Let's see if or not they can jump back to that. Solara wasn't too bad for them, but Purgatory really tested the squad. A early exit from the lobby, only picking up a total of 6 points. So if there's anywhere to recover, it is here for Team Apex Gaming, because it has been a fantastic start, but they cannot slow down just yet. They need to solidify their spot in the top 4.
You saw the favorites, and right now in the most eliminations, it's KD God at 21 being the agile and also doing the heavy lifting. And yes, they have to continue it, but for the time being, it's going to be at Intellect Center, a clash between 3 squads, Toll Gaming, LYON, as well as Vitality. And Vitality have been fighting since game number 1.
Yeah, not looking good here, Diggs. One of the final players to actually land. Still got the mini Uzi in hand. Joker on the other hand, depending on his stealth fights to quickly back away from the engagements. Koja finding a knock onto Della. And Shanky saying, nope, this is not for me. Although he does have a good gun in hand, they don't want to take those risks just yet. Looking to quickly reposition out there as LYON tries to overwhelm the rest of the players on the side of Vitality. Dix taken out of the equation already. Koja bleeding out, and Joel says, this battle is just not for me.
LYON, Games King, we spoke about it. He's picking up pace, gets the confirmation on the players fallen of Vitality. On the other end, S8UL bringing their very start. That's picks on Straw Hats. Now, Toll Gaming might be late, but they are there to strike. It's going to be Aztec on Games King. Puts him down. should be getting confirmation very soon, and Joker has to tuck his tail and make a run, but he's moving in the same direction where they pushed their opponents earlier.
Absolutely solid play here from India once again. Total Gaming looking to take over the situation. Aztec though down on the ground. Nobody can save him just yet. Della comes in for the Punisher. Time Turner was pulled out, but it's the Indian squad that uses their Time Turner against them. Shanky popping in and out. Won't get the charge buster shut down. A double for him, but Water down on the ground. And it's now up to Shanky to save the squad, but he gets taken down. It's Vitality coming back in here for some payback. And India looking to snatch away some solid points, instead get tagged up and now left with one final survivor.
Thankfully, the fight turned in the other direction. It became against, again, LYON. And therefore, Total Gaming will have a breather, but they have to make a quick run. On the other end, even Team Apex Gaming had to get back their player. So a couple of revives very early in the game of next era, and that is bound to happen. A lot of eliminations going back and forth. And LYON now another trouble. That's going to be Team Secret. We already saw Conchita as well as S8UL trying to look forward to steer their teams in the direction. And it's Team Secret who have now started it off.
This is the replay from early on as DRS bumped into Straw Hats. And unfortunately, X-Straw just did not manage to get away from that situation in time. The VSS in the hands of Alu, more than enough to sort that situation out. Wolvin, though, caught in a tight little spot here. Shoto dropping by to see if he can help out his buddy. And it's the wild, wild west out here. Wolvin getting his glue walls broken down. Zuez wants those shots, but it's now a 2v1. Zuez has to back away from this battle. Azriel looking for that flank. If he can find this position, he might just be able to punish the Indian squad.
Sahil Jad, he's on the back lines and Azriel has no idea about it. Finally had to put up a glue wall to stop that. And now Shoto, who was on the front line, will be shut down by Zuez. Wolvin wants to still pick the axle, but it's not working out, and Zuez is making mark on Team Apex Gaming, doing the damage. Sahil Jad is also caught out. He'll be put down. And Aurora, who just got the booyah, are continuing their elimination spree.
But fantastic play from Sahil Jad. He already brought in those revives. So the squad will survive to fight a little bit more. Now it's all depending on where they find the drop on the way back in. GunDynasty, a team that has definitely been struggling from the start of the day, looking for a major recovery. Can they use this game to do exactly that? David taken down. Vinet's out as well. It's all up to Benel, and the super savior of the squad does it again.
Always bailing the squad of GunDynasty, it's been Benel. Not just doing the eliminations, but also bringing them back into the game. That is a lot to ask from Benel, while he already gave his everything on day one, and that is the reason I feel like GunDynasty have not found their best yet. On the other end, Deek getting closer. Alu, can he put him down? And it is going to be Pratik who puts and confirms him.
Yeah, beautiful advantage there for DRS, who had the numbers to take on the Falcon player. But now TEC with one wild player moving towards the vending machine, looking to see if or not he can help out the rest of his team members. The final player alive, Kutush, hits a triple revive. He sacrifices himself for that revive, but it was well worth it. Titans Esports will stay alive in the lobby because of him. We still have 12 squads in here. Nobody has been stuffed out just yet.
5 games are done. Now they know it. Time to bring back those eliminations, and Total Gaming, they're the ones in trouble. Team Apex Gaming, they were troubled by Aurora, and now even Aurora going against Total Gaming, getting those eliminations quickly. John finds another, and that's going to be Aztec, and the last one going out, that is Total Gaming out of the race, and the very first team here on Nextera.
Total Gaming just not seeing the brightest side of their performance at this point of time. But we still do have 4 more games for them to run through, and a comeback is definitely possible. They'll have to catch up with their performance later. For the time being, 11 more still struggling out there. And DRS finding themselves yet another player from the side of Falcons. Can they punish once more? Kororo too far, on fire. Unable to set up much defenses there. Those glue wall melters just melting down every single barricade it puts up. Venus too far, on fire will have to take the fight. Time turner pulled out, it's a 2v1, Takuri. The backstab just not enough fire. They catch up with him, took long enough, and Falcons will lose yet another player.
AJ, the DRS are the troublemakers of the lobby. They're going to try and take these eliminations out. They're going to trouble them with points, and Pina once again, this time, shuts down Adu. But that's not the only one. Stroix was there. It was a bait and switch. He did not even get that point.
And this is what you need to see out of Nepal if they want to climb the leaderboard. It has been a rough day for DRS. The best game we've seen out of them so far was Solara with 14 points, but 14 points is just not enough to really make your way up towards the top. You're looking at the top 4 teams making the qualifier into the grand finals. Don't have many slots available. Team Apex Gaming, 5 eliminations in hand so far. Shoto on the way back. He can't get involved in this battle just yet. Wolvin will have to find a way to survive this, and the Indian squads, like you said, preying on each other once again. S8UL up against Team Apex Gaming.
Tag and S8UL, it happened in the previous games as well, where S8UL ended up getting their booyah, but Wolvin now chasing Troll. Today it's not been Troll's complete day. We saw Bunny a lot more expressive. Wolvin on the other end, he has found eliminations for the team, and now running right to the race of Troll. He's only putting glue walls, but it's not going to work out. Tag are surrounding him, but Jack, he helps out somewhere, and Sahijat gets taken down. Now Troll has an opportunity. Wolvin gets closer, and Wolvin trying to shut him down, and Troll will fall. But there was an exchange again. It is Jack. They are evening this balance. 1-for-1 elimination traded off.
Yeah, beautiful positioning by the tag players. Team Apex Gaming just showing exactly who their Apex Predator is. Just through positioning, Koja will find a wild one for himself, but unfortunately there's just a knock. They quickly recover and take him out of the equation. Vitality not in a spot to take the fight, but they'll try to force it because Dix just can't run away just yet. Joel with the cover from up top, but unintentionally LYON has just blocked away all of those shots with their positioning. And Vitality will be outnumbered here as they take the fight. Sibeng has been spotted out from afar. He's got the Morse. He will be able to get away from the situation, but can he find a vending machine for the rest of his brothers? Because they are about to fall at the hands of the Lions.
LYON, 12 eliminations in total. Find another. That's Dix going out of the play. On the other end, we spot Sibeng a little too far. Going in for revives, Joel. He's all about that roof position, but can he pick this player off? Can LYON take him out of the play, or is it going to be an opportunity? It seems like Vitality do find opportunities. We saw them earlier itself in early game. The fight with LYON, they brought it back. Vitality were able to even wound Total Gaming in that mix.
Now spending some time outside the circle here, LYON. They need to start moving, but just a tad bit entertained by Vitality and Joel. He could not get off the top spot there. Just tried to play a little bit of a advantage with that high ground, but he gets caught out. But now, as LYON try to rotate in, they're gonna have to face off against the Falcons eventually. Team Secret versus GunDynasty. This is gonna be a tough one for GunDynasty. But we've seen them go in for those mad rushes on day one. If they can pull off that aggression level once again, Team Secret might be snuffed out too early. But Secret as well are so close to the top 4. They not only need to survive, but they need those points. But TEC looking to sneak some away off of GunDynasty.
GunDynasty have not had the best. Benel, he might have brought them back into life there at the dead center right now. Team Secret also sharing a close compound. It could be an opportunity for either of these squads, but the one in the race is going to be Team Secrets. As we are at game number 6, everybody knows it's time to make sure that every elimination counts, every circle movement counts, and especially the zone shrinking itself. And right now, shrinking is going to be an opportunity for LYON.
Before making the move here, GunDynasty shutting down the Apex Predators themselves from in. Team Apex Gaming out this time. Team Vitality snuffed out as well. And Falcons up against Team Secret, who turned the tables on them, but Limit single-handedly shutting them down. But unfortunately, the Circle and Aurora from afar will put an end to that battle. They take the best advantage, and Team Secret's out as well.
S8UL, Aurora, and GunDynasty together trouble Falcons over there along with Team Secret, but DRS still surviving. 13 total eliminations for them, but their game found. That's S8UL right now. They've gotten their very first booyah. Looking forward to another. Jack and Nude together. They're taking DRS down. Confirmations working their way, and look at the position they have on top of the roof. Will not even let Aurora get closer, but before Aurora gets any intention being closer, they toss a nade, put an end to both GunDynasty as well as DRS.
Can Aurora do it back to back? They got a massive game at Purgatory, and here at Nextera they're on fire once again. But S8UL from that high ground could just ruin their party, but they're a tad bit distracted now by TEC. Blade tagged up as he tries to make his rotation, but great glue wall lineup here, and they've left Kutush behind. Kutush's job is to play distraction as the rest of the players make their way into that safe haven as they line up those glue walls. They've given Kutush a great opportunity to survive, and S8UL could not take advantage of that rotation. But TEC needs to be careful. The zone's catching up with them.
S8UL, they might have let Aurora walk past, taking an advantage of the zone, but they need to make sure, put a stop to Aurora because of the high ground advantage. Titan Esports Club, they cannot climb it. They have to traverse around it, and that's what they're planning to do. Aurora want to spot either Titan Esports Club or S8UL, who would make a jump for it, because right as ahead of the game is Aurora.
The distraction now from TEC, Titans Esports, trying to call S8UL and ask for their attention, and the Indian squad will say, no problem, brothers, I'll give it to you. Nude trying to take those shots, will find the tag, and Troll gets the follow-up with a VSK. Kutush down, no pickup for you. TEC down by one man, that's a big disadvantage, but they spot out Aurora as well, who have not started moving just yet, and Aurora doesn't have to.
Aurora find an opening on S8UL. Let's stall. At least it will stall the fight for Titan Esports Club. Maybe a recovery for them. However, Jun could not confirm that elimination, so S8UL still have their 4 players standing on the higher ground. The rooftop is still working for them, but the zone will start closing soon. 20 seconds left on the clock. Either of these teams need to make a play, but Aurora, they are the ones who have control of the bridge, the compound, the entire open ground.
Repositioning that vehicle, looking to quickly get to the opposite side of this circle if they need to, but they want to see what the move is like from S8UL as well as Titans Esports. You can see the Cassie's electrotherapy connected already between Blade and Rahat. That's going to be a massive advantage here for the Bangladeshi squad. But India up top, S8UL refusing to jump off of that roof, but they'll be forced by the circle now. And this is going to cause chaos between them and TEC. Rahat trying to get away, great blue wall, time turner pulled out by S8UL. 16 eliminations in hand, they pop the Cassie, it's Seppi as well. And the Painted Refuge will keep them safe from all of those grenades. But Aurora from afar, it's that AWM shot. Suez popping off with the M590 as well. 19 eliminations strong, and Malaysia about to go back to back on the Booyah!
Booyah is what Aurora end up pulling. And for Malaysia, they wanted to rise up the ranks, they want to get the points, they wanted to make it to the top 4 and not be eliminated here from the survival stage. The counterparts from Southeast Asia, majority of them have already made it in. What a game again from Aurora. From so many jaws of death, and S8UL having the advantage, they still make a rotation faster under the noses of S8UL and make it across in an advantageous position for themselves.
We've usually said about how Axel definitely carries the squad with the sniper and Suez on the front lines, but this time I have to say everybody stepped up on the side of Aurora. The game at Nextera was even better than what they showed us at Purgatory. They are on a mighty roll now, and just through 2 games they have gotten more than 60 points. How incredible is that? This team, the players have not seen the international stage for so many years, and to make a comeback like this on the survival stage shows us that they truly have got what it to climb the leaderboard, but is it going to be enough to squeeze themselves into the top 4, because they've lagged behind in the initial couple of games?
Yeah. When we started the day, we were talking about it. Aurora have potential, they have the Axel, but yeah, it's only him so far that we were witnessing. Azriel was looking good. Let's hear them.
And I have to say, just with 2 games alone, they might have done it. They might be in the top 4 with an incredible jump. Malaysia keeping the hopes and dreams alive for the nation. The only representative of Malaysia, showing everyone that when you dream and when you hustle, you definitely can pull away a shocker of a gameplay. I mean, not just getting the booyah, right? But the back-to-back booyah on the survival stage when you've got so many other titans in there competing for the exact same thing. Vitality this time, they just could not continue their run. Unlike what we saw at Bermuda earlier on in game number 2. And Aurora Gaming, 32 points through the 20 eliminations and the booyah.
We were talking about potentials, right? Aurora showed us that potential yesterday, almost a record-breaking performance, and we thought, hey, this, if pulled off a little earlier, they could have qualified in the top 4 before they stepped into the survival stage. At least here, a couple of the games went away, 5 to be named in exact, but finally they end up pulling their socks and taking everybody down one after another, irrespective of who is against them.
We saw Team Apex Gaming, we saw Total Gaming Esports do so much better at the start, and S8UL was lagging behind. But in this game, we saw the twist of fate from the Indian squads. I mean, 17 eliminations on this on the previous Nextera map definitely put them in the crosshairs of everybody, right? But this time they have managed to step it up once again. It is a beautiful game that they have played in here, but S8UL, their journey is not over just yet. They have got a few more maps to travel through. Hopefully they can keep the momentum up.
Let's see what momentum is going to be there, because right now, in momentum terms, we have Team Secret's interview with Yunsul. Let's send it over.
Thank you to our caster, Yunsul, and welcome back to the stage. And right next to me is PS1 from Team Secret. So let's have a little chit-chat with him, shall we? Into our first questions. We have just passed halfway through the day and you are on the cusp of being in the top 4. So what do you need to do for the rest of the day to keep yourselves in the competition? Well, would it be mechanic or even a teamwork? Xin chào Players 1. Thì đến với câu hỏi đầu tiên là chúng ta đã đi qua được nửa ngày thi đấu rồi. Và tất nhiên là cũng sẽ chỉ còn lại 4 trận đấu nữa mà thôi. Thì cả đội của mình là sẽ cần phải chứng chỉnh những gì để có thể là tạm thời giữ nguyên cái vị trí của mình trong cuộc đua đến với top 4 hiện tại à?
Thì em nghĩ team của em chỉ cần giữ vững tinh thần và kiểu bớt những cái lỗi vặt lại thì 100% vô top 4.
100%, very confident. So overall for PS1, we just need to be stable for our mental and also reduce our small errors. And that should be 100% for us to secure the spot in the grand finals. So to the second questions, you came into this event as champions of the C regular seasons, but also